look, it's Fort Minimus. What exactly just happened here? Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at a KO Mini Fortress Maximus. Now, I got this figure from sirtoys.com. The link is down in the description below. I love to go there for KO figures, third party, and just crazy action figures you can find over in China. And as you can see, he just comes in a little baggie, but yeah, very cool, very neat. Now, I've got a Fortress Maximus figure, a miniature. I think it's a little bit bigger than this one was. It was a third party, but this is I think a KO of one of the Takara Tomy releases. But as you can see, it comes in a little baggie right there. So let's go ahead and jump into it, get this guy out of the baggie, and see what we think. So here we have the KO World's Smallest Fortress Maximus out of the bag, and this guy looks really cool. It's pretty solid for what it is. Now, I will say he's got a little yellowing on one of the piece of plastics, but I mean, it's a KO figure. What are you going to do? But it looks just like the world's smallest version. As far as articulation goes, unfortunately, there's nothing on the head. The arm does move up and down. It's got an elbow joint right there. Wrist does not move. The wings do pop off on the back. Leg kicks up that far, kicks back that far, and then it also kicks outward like this. So he splays out pretty well, which is kind of nice. And then he's got some kind of inner swivel knee joints, and that's really for transformation. And then his feet do move outward like this. So again, that's really for transformation. Now, as far as gimmicks go, he does have his knee guns, which is cool. So they pop out. I do like that. And then he also has the swing around gun that folds open, just like that, which is very cool. He's got the internal side blasters, so these come out of the towers. So we're going to lift these up. This one comes out really easy. You can just unfold it, and if I can get this here. And then the other one is a little bit more difficult. Again, the wings pop off, so be aware of that. They will pop off pretty easy, but they go back on. So I try to do this on camera here. So I'm going to take this gun piece and just going to get an X-Acto blade, use it to pry it open. So there we go. Fold that back, fold the gun outward like this. So you're just going to fold them outward, and you get the nice blast effects that Fortress Maximus has as a little tiny robot. So definitely looks cool. I like the way the guns look displayed out. Always has just this big blasty destructive presence. Love that. I think that looks really cool. And yeah, it's just itty bitty. Now the head is very interesting. So it's got the headmaster gimmick. So he looks like the Fortress Maximus head. It's sculpted with the little legs. Unfortunately, it does not transform. However, there's a little peg. And that's not just a peg. Let me get a pair of tweezer pliers. So you can pull that out if you can get a grip. So just pop. And you've got this tiny little head. So you got Spike's head, which is so itty bitty tiny. It's sculpted there. It's even got the legs sculpted on the back, which is crazy sauce how tiny this thing is. But yeah, so it at least has both of the heads for the headmaster gimmick, and that was super impressive considering how small this figure is. Taking a closer look at the figure itself, it's sculpted really well. Now, unfortunately, mine's got a little yellowing on one of the wings, but it is what it is. It is kind of a brave Maximus with the green door, unlike the US Fortress Maximus, which did not have the green door. That I don't believe it did anyway. But yeah, it's even got the stickers, looks cool. It's got the silver paint, the blue, the red, the whites. All of it looked really, really good. Just very cool for such a tiny little KO figure. Now, taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, sculpted well. It looks like the original G1 figure. The colors are right. Again, my wings got a little yellowing, but, you know, it is a knockoff. But, yeah, it definitely looks cool. Has all the same stickers of the original world's smallest version of this, released by Takara Tomy. But, yeah, definitely cool. I wish he had the sword with it, but, yeah, it is what it is. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, sculpted well, got the stickers, it's got the guns. It also has the little doors that flip open in the city base mode, which is very cool. I was not expecting that, and it stands really well. All the joints, for the most part, are pretty decent, so especially in the legs, and that's what's got to hold the figure up. For comparison, here we have the KO World's Smallest Fortress Maximus with an official World's Smallest Red Alert from Takara Tomy. And as you can see, he towers over this little guy, which is kind of funny because this figure itself is actually pretty darn small. But it's very cool to see them in the scale with each other, as they're about the right scale on the full-size G1 figures, and it's just really nice to have this guy in my world's smallest collection. Now, transformation on this figure is just like the original large-scale G1 toy. So first thing that we're going to do is remove the head piece right here. So we're just going to move that off to the side, and then we're going to take the figure itself. We're going to flip this ramp piece upwards, just like that. And then what we want to do is move the arms backward, like this. And then we're going to move the other arm backward, just like this. So it's going to be kind of splayed outward. Then we're going to take the sides and move these upward to form the tower. And they're supposed to click into place. Unfortunately, this is the weakest point in mine where it does not lock into place, and again, that's because it's a KO. Then we're going to move the feet downward like this so that the feet are down, and then what we want to do is we're going to spin this piece upward like this. We're going to then lift the green bit up and then pull the helipad down like that, so that we got this nice and flat. We're going to lift this gun upward like this, and then we're going to lift these little footy gun or these knee guns up, and they're so small you might need something to help you get them out, such as I do. So I'm going to take this X-Acto blade and kind of pop these up a little bit so I can get a hold of them. So just kind of pop them up. There we go. And then we're going to pop this one back up. So pop these guns upward like that. And then we want to flip the green piece downward, and then we're going to flip our ramps out. So flip this one out, and then flip this one out. And make sure everything is in place. And there we have our battle station mode, looking very cool. Now the cool thing about this head, you can take the little tiny spike out of the big head, so the little spike head, we're going to actually place into the battle station tower, kind of like what we see in Transformers Headmasters and the original toy. So again, mine doesn't close very well, unfortunately, the tower, but the head does sit in the little seat. So this is where you would put Spike in the original toy. So this is very cool, the fact that we can actually do this. So let's get kind of a better look here of it. So we're just gonna pick this guy up, and yeah, so there's the little head sitting in the station. Yeah, I love the way this looks. Looks like the original toy. Very nice, very cool. All the same moving parts, which is very awesome. I mean, it looks like the battle station, except way smaller. Alright, so now let's go to the city mode. So we're going to take the little spike head out of the tower right there, and we're going to pop it back into the Fortress Maximus head, so that way we don't lose them, and take that off and put him to the side. So now, let's go ahead and transform the battle station into the city mode, the Autobot city mode here. And again, this is just like the original G1 figure. So we're going to take it and we're going to push these guns inward, and we're going to push this gun in. And then what we want to do is we're going to kind of lift the leg up a little bit, and then we're going to pull it outward. If I can do this on camera, and then flip it around like this, so it's going to look like that. And then you're going to fold the leg upward towards the tower, lift the foot upright, and make sure you get things aligned proper. So just like this, you're going to swing that gun around, and it's going to go over the green bit like that. And we're going to do the same thing with this leg. So we'll kind of lift it up and then spin it around to get the knee moving. Fold the knee kind of inward, spin that joint up so the leg goes up against the tower, and then we're going to flip the foot and just make your little adjustments as needed. Make sure that it looks right. Everything is flat and in place like this. And then what we want to do is take the little doors and fold that one down, and then we're going to fold the big door down over here on that side. So that's the way they look. And then we're going to lift the little ramp entrance downward so that bots can get inside the city. And there we have Fortress Maximus in his city mode, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like it did in the larger form, just in the tiny form. Very, very cool. Works well with all the world's smallest Transformers. Yeah, definitely like this KO. So is the knockoff World's Smallest Fortress Maximus something that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, if you're a World's Smallest fan, I think you're going to want this. If you are a Fortress Maximus completist, then this is something you might want to get. And if you want a Fort Max but you don't have the room, this is pretty awesome. And it's pretty cheap compared to the original price of the original World's Smallest figure. So this is definitely the route to go. The plastic is all really, really solid. I think the most odd pieces on mine are the tower pieces. They're kind of loose and they don't want to clamp together very well. And I've got one wing that is a little discolored, but other than that, it looks pretty darn good and it's pretty darn solid. So there he is, the knockoff World's Smallest Fortress Maximus. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos. And follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.